shopping in Derry today, or returning their goods. In fact, well, Kate Hardcastle is a retail analyst. Good afternoon, Kate.
Hello there.
Well, last year, Barclaycard, they calculated goods worth about £7 billion were returned every year. Surely this is damaging for the retail sector.
This is so significant. I think a lot of people have seen over the last decade the very challenging times that our traditional bricks and mortar retail has faced. But I think many people don't see behind the curtain to the challenges with online as a business. One of it has a very different set of legislation when it comes to your rights as a consumer. And because you can't see the items before you buy them, many of those retailers have to offer a very flexible returns policy. That means many of us order more than one of something, perhaps different sizes, different colours, so we can check it at home. But the sales can be up to 40% then returned. And when it comes to a time like Christmas, when people are thinking about the credit card bill that's just about due and some of that festive cheers disappeared, a lot of us become very clear and very stern in terms of what we're actually going to take back. And that can have a huge impact on what those retailers think they've sold.
Is it hard to tell, Kate, if people are returning things simply because they aren't happy with the product, or the fact that they regret spending so much and want a few bob back again?
I think it's probably something they're not going to tell the retailer and be that honest about. I think they're just going to return them because it's the right to do so. But I certainly think there is a very clear, very astute consumer at this time of year, very different to the emotional spender in December, who is saying, look, actually, I need to think about the bills. I need to be realistic. I don't need these items. And what's really telling with some of the research that's been done today is that 3 in 5 consumers, if they have any problems or have a bad returns experience, they will consider not using that retailer again. So not only do we have retailers that actually probably aren't going to have the sales they thought they once had, they're then going to be quite concerned in terms of how the consumer feels about returning to that retailer also. Was it a good enough experience? Did they have a long wait for the cash back? I think it's a very sobering time of year for retail, and I think that's going to reflect heavily in some of the results we see in 2020.
Are stores and online websites, are they doing enough regarding their own return policies? Could they be doing more to protect themselves?
I always think that retailers and consumers need to find more harmony when it comes to returns. I think consumers probably need to be realistic about how they're going to pay in the future for the cost of returns right now. If you are treating a retailer a little bit to almost shop where you can just peruse and then return at your will, obviously that retailer is going to have challenges going forward if they've not built a business around those operational structure, and that might mean that you might not see that retailer's name very often in the future.